What's up everybody? Mike here from fitsrica.com. I've been living in Costa Rica for almost a year now. Now I'm living in a small town called Potrero. This is a beach town which is about 30 minutes north of a bigger town called Tamarindo. Now you may have heard of Tamarindo before. It's one of the biggest tourist towns for both local tourists from Costa Rica and also people internationally from the States or Canada or Europe. Very popular beach town, great spot, very fun town, and so much to do. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys the top 7 things to do in Tamarindo. Make sure to go subscribe if you like this type of Costa Rica content and to stay up to date with all the new videos. And without further delay, let's get started. So the number one thing there is to do in Tamarindo, Costa Rica is take a surf lesson. I actually just did one of these last week with my friend and it was incredible. Now the waves in Tamarindo are the perfect place to learn how to surf. They come in nice and gentle and they're not too rough or the current's not very strong. So learning to surf in Tamarindo is one of the best places in the whole world that you can learn to surf. There are a ton of different companies that will offer you a surf lesson. I paid $40 for a 2-hour lesson and it was just the instructor, me, and my friend. He would push us into the wave, so it was very easy to get started, and by the end of the lesson we were standing up on every wave and just shredding. So if you come to Tamarindo, number one thing to do is take a surf lesson. You won't regret it. The number 2 thing to do in Tamarindo is go on a sunset boat tour in the ocean. We went on a tour like this when Courtney's family was in town. We went with a big group of people and there was maybe like 8 of us and another maybe 12 or 15 other people on the boat. It was this big catamaran that goes out into the ocean. So you go on the boat for maybe like an hour's ride, you stop at this little cove with a secret beach. You can get out of the boat, go snorkeling. Meanwhile, the whole time it's open bar, so you can drink. They serve you lunch on the boat as well. Pretty good food, by the way. And so you get to the cove, you go snorkeling, you get back on the boat. Then as you're coming back, you come back just in time for the sunset. So the sun's coming down, you have drinks, you're with your friends, they play good music. It was an amazing time, and if you're in Tamarindo, I definitely recommend doing that. So the number 3 thing to do while you're in Tamarindo is go on an estuary tour. So right as you're getting into Tamarindo, on the north part of town, you'll see off to the right of the street, there's a little river, and it's actually a huge estuary, and it's a national park. So you can go on a boat through the estuary, just a small little boat. It doesn't go in the ocean, it stays in the estuary. And in this estuary, you can see crocodiles, birds, fish jumping out of the water. And at one point we even got off of the boat, walked back into the woods, and saw a group of howler monkeys up in the tree. It's definitely a unique experience. It was really cool to see crocodiles. It kind of reminded me of a boat tour I did in New Orleans many years ago, if you can believe that. But it's really awesome and a nice kind of laid back activity to do maybe one morning or afternoon. It takes maybe an hour to 2 hours, so very fun. Definitely suggest going on the estuary tour. So the next thing to do in Tamarindo is go get food. Now most of Costa Rica, the food options can be kind of limited. There's not a lot of variety in the types of restaurants that they have throughout much of the country, but Tamarindo is different because there's so many different flavors and different restaurants that kind of all come together in one place. So 2 places I suggest are Pangas, which is a nice seafood place right on the beach. Super beautiful to go for sunset. It's quite expensive though. And if you're looking for a more casual lunch spot, well, 2 suggestions for lunch. Mandarina is right on the main drag, kind of overlooking the street. They have great smoothies and hot sandwiches and little salads as well. And there's a falafel shop kind of right at the corner. Great falafel and Middle Eastern food. So the next thing to do in Tamarindo is to go souvenir shopping. Now when you're in Tamarindo, you'll see a lot of vendors walking up and down the beach selling little things like, you know, traditional Costa Rican art. Little turtles made of shells. Can you see that there? Pretty cute. And especially these. Plenty of people walk around selling these things. Very popular. So yeah, souvenir shops. You can also, there's tons of t-shirt shops, and you can get like tank tops and different shirts or bags or hats, anything. Tamarindo is a very popular spot for that. My personal favorite souvenir shop is called Dreamland. It's a company that makes sunglasses right here in Costa Rica. They're actually made from bamboo, so they're environmentally friendly sunglasses. Courtney got a pair, and they look really cool, and they're a good price too. So I suggest checking out Dreamland. In addition to the souvenir shopping, if you're in Tamarindo on Thursday, they have a huge Thursday night market, which is my favorite market that I've been to so far in Costa Rica. It's really cool. They have so many different vendors selling anything you can think of. Food, jewelry, alcohol, pretty much a huge variety of things. They usually have a band playing so you can listen to some good music while you kind of browse around all the tables. But it's just a really cool atmosphere, and there's a lot of great vendors that are selling handmade things, and great place to pick up some souvenirs or maybe some gifts. Number 6 on the list of things to do in Tamarindo is to take a yoga class. Tamarindo's known as a place in Costa Rica to go for wellness retreats and yoga retreats, things like that. So it's very easy to find a yoga class. Whatever day of the week you're in town, just stop by one of the local yoga studios. They also sometimes offer yoga on the beach, so you can have a really awesome, unique experience. So my 7th, last but not least, top thing to do in Tamarindo is to watch the sunset. Tamarindo, the sunsets there are just amazing. You have a huge panorama view of the entire beach looking out over the sunset. There's a lot of good restaurants and bars lining the beach where you can just hang out and watch the sunset. I like checking out Volcano Brewing, which is close to the top, the north end of Tamarindo. Usually they have a band playing there, and you can have a drink and just watch the sun go down. It's incredible there to see the sunset, and something you have to do if you're in Tamarindo. So there you have it, guys. There are my top 7 things to do in Tamarindo, whether you're here on vacation or you live in Costa Rica or just visiting, whatever the case may be. Those are 7 things that you must do in Tamarindo. What do you guys think? Did I forget anything? Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you like to do in Tamarindo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more Costa Rica videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Pura vida.